Pakistan has reportedly sent military reinforcements to Saudi Arabia to support the Gulf country in case of further attacks by Iran. Reuters news agency is reporting that Islamabad has deployed 8,000 troops, a squadron of fighter jets and an air defence system as part of a mutual defence pact signed between the two countries last year. The reported deployment comes as Pakistan's Interior Minister, Mohsin Naqvi, travelled to Tehran for talks with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. That's as part of Pakistan's ongoing mediation efforts between Iran and the United States. Dr. Ayesha Siddiqa is a senior fellow in King's College London's Department of War Studies. One of her research specialities is the Pakistani military. Welcome to DW. So these reports of 8,000 troops, a squadron of fighter jets and an air defence system deployed by Pakistan to Saudi Arabia. This sounds like a serious military commitment. Is it?
Definitely is, but that's part of the commitment that Pakistan had made with Saudi Arabia as part of the security agreement, a mutual security agreement that they had signed bilaterally in September of 2025. So it's protecting Saudi Arabia, it's giving them the confidence, and I believe that this deployment is not just aimed at Iran. Iran is one of the issues, but then there is also the issue between Saudi Arabia and UAE. There are, of course, the Houthis in Yemen. So Saudi Arabia needs protection. It needs Pakistan to be there to protect it.
And do we expect, in the case of Saudi being attacked, do we expect Pakistani troops to actually be firing on Iranian troops, if it be them or indeed Iranian proxies?
Well, that depends entirely on Saudi Arabia. If Saudi Arabia agrees to move its troops, then of course Pakistan is committed to it. But from what I hear and what I believe is that even during the earlier phase of the tension, Saudi Arabia was one of the countries, despite all that we hear on media, it did not want conflict to escalate. So I don't think that Saudi Arabia is ready for a war. It needs its protection. It wants to send a signal to its neighbors that it's not in good relations with, like the UAE, but also Iran, that in case there are further attacks from Iran, then it has protection.
Okay, so how will joining Saudi Arabia against Iran affect Pakistan's position as a supposedly neutral mediator between the US and Iran?
See, I don't think that Pakistan that way was ever neutral. Its position was clear, and it constantly told Iran that in case of attacks, in case their violence increases, it will have to stand by Saudi Arabia. I think what makes Pakistan still very important as a mediator is that both United States and Iran, if they want to engage in talks with each other, then this is via media. It's their choice. If they still want to negotiate, they will need voices, they need players to help them talk to each other, and that's where Pakistan plays a role.
And Pakistan can maintain that role even if its troops are firing on one of the parties that it is mediating between.
I'm still doubtful that a full-blown war between Iran and Saudi Arabia is about to take place. It's protection, it's signaling, serious signaling, but I don't think that they're ready for a war. So
you think that this is, but this does look like escalation, and this looks like Saudi Arabia saying to Iran, okay, now what? Attack us if you dare.
That's definitely true. That's, as I said, this is signaling. This is protecting Saudi Arabia against all hostilities and signaling definitely to Iran that do not attack Saudi Arabia or there will be repercussions.
And why wouldn't Iran attack Saudi Arabia with or without Pakistan? It has demonstrated that it is quite happy to attack its neighbours in the Gulf. including Israel, which is, of course, is one of the most belligerent countries in that area. Why? What would stay Tehran's hand?
Well, that is precisely why Pakistan has dispatched its troops and half a squadron of aircraft to Saudi Arabia. It is to, send a signal, a strong signal to Iran that if conflict escalates between Iran and the US, and Iran tries to respond by including or involving its neighbors, then there will be repercussions. So it needs to think very hard about negotiations.
Pakistan, of course, a nuclear-armed country. How does that change the calculus?
Well, it doesn't. Pakistan has always told Iran, even when Pakistan got involved as a mediator, it kept signaling and telling Iran that, look, we are a nuclear weapon state, you have to think about it. And if you attack Saudi Arabia and if conflict escalates and we stand with Saudi Arabia because there is a security agreement, then it's going to be a war between Iran and its other neighbors as well, which will be very costly. So it's making Iran think about the repercussions and about the situation.
Okay, thanks for talking us through that, Dr. Ayesha Siddiqa from King's College London.